All right, don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all-natural products. Website, promo code, description. Thanks. All right, Jamal Murda Jones, one of two non-Trey blood members that went to trial and tried to beat the case. He pled guilty to drug charges and beat the gun charges. Is begging the judge or asking for the judge to abide by the federal sentencing guidelines, and lawyers asking to get 78 months in jail, which is around, I think, 6.5 or 7.5 years. And it also kind of threw Jim Jones under the bus too. Let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And he says, according to his lawyer, Lehman, male association with Jones led him to fall back into bad habits when he got out. Although music provided Jamil with a legitimate means of supporting himself, it also kept him in contact with elements of New York City's gang culture. It was this continued association with the gang members that led to his conviction in his case, said Lehman. All right. Also, Mel also made a direct appeal to Judge Engelmeyer for leniency. All right. I'll read a little bit of the letter that he wrote, and I'll talk a little bit about what happened. He said, I hope this letter reaches you and you are in good health and spirits. As for me, I am just sitting at the MDC thinking about a lot of the poor choices I've made in life. When I think back, a lot of my issues started when I was a young kid, just trying to belong. Coming up as a kid, I did not really have a positive role model in my life. I found myself as a very angry teenager because one of the things I experienced in the things that I saw at home behind closed doors, I took to the streets heavy at the age of 14. A lot of my friends suffered the same way I did or worse, so we became each other's comfort blanket. The older guys in my neighborhood that embraced us were thugs off the corner, and they were involved in illegal activities like drug and violence, but at least they seemed to care about our well-being, or so we thought at the time. In reality, I can see now that they were really just molding us to become young criminals because they knew we really had nobody, and we are gullible young kids looking to fit in and to find father figures. We looked to these guys for the love we were missing. That is when the United Blood Nation came in my life at 15 years of age. Between my anger and loyalty to the gang, I made a lot of bad decisions trying not to let the gang down. By the time I was 18, going on 19 years old, my childhood sweetheart, Don Gillespie, gave birth to my beautiful daughter. That's when I realized I wanted more for myself, my child, and for my heart, Don. But the streets still had a hold of me. I was at war, in my head. I wanted to fall back from the gang life and do the right things by my family. But I felt like I was somehow being wrong to my gang family, because at that point I really believed they had been there for me when I had no one. All right. Then he goes on and says, what I did was try to distance myself as much as possible. I started working in the music industry. I just signed to Diplomat Records when I was 24 years old, and things were looking up for me. I found myself staying away from negativity, but I was becoming very popular, and with that life came a lot of envy, money, and women. All right. This all caused me to lose Don because of my own cheating and inability to be home because of the demands of touring and the life in the industry. I found myself becoming depressed and falling back on my old ways, going back to the streets because I was not happy. I had lost my earlier life, even though I now had money and fame. I felt like something was missing. A lot of dormant anger from the childhood came back to the surface. All right. He goes on for a long time, just talking about some more things. And I'll link this article in the description. You can read the rest of it, man. And I'm just going ahead and guess his judge ain't black. You know what? They don't understand before I talk about the Jim Jones things first. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, he didn't directly seem like he blamed him, but he just said that, you know, long story short, Jim Jones, you know, in that music industry, it was gang affiliated, and a lot of my subs let me know that, hey, Jeezy a Crip and Cardi B a Blood, and, you know, obviously Nipsey was a Crip, I knew that, and a lot of, you know, rappers are affiliated or associated with gang life, so, you know what I'm saying? So he just basically saying that, you know what I'm saying, when me associated music industry, I still was a part of gang life, but, you know, you gave me a better legitimate way to make money. So at the end of the day, it wasn't like he threw Jim Jones completely under the bus. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to explain yourself, and whatever you need to do to get leniency. I remember in Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick wrote a letter to Donald Trump similar to this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him to, you know, cut his sentence short and give him clemency and free him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, even the toughest of the tough guys don't want to sit in prison for 10, 15, 20 years. He just trying to sit in there for 6, 7 and a half years, whatever it is, 78 months. You know, and at the end of the day, I remember Meek Mill was crying on the stand when he was going through the whole appeals process, and they was trying to throw him back in jail. And A.R. Ab, one of his rivals, who was friends turned rival, said that, you know, you do what you ever got to do when you up on that judge stand to get that time reduced. So I don't think this make him, you know, weak or nothing like that. I don't really think he completely threw Jim under the bus, but, you know, the truth is the truth. But, you know, at the end of the day, I want to just let him know this, and hopefully this could reach out to him, or I think he already knows this part that, you know, even a black judge up there, you know, 9 times out of 10, unless you like Greg Mathis, you know, his book definitely changed my life for the better. Inner City Miracle, check it out. They don't understand where we come from. You know what I'm saying? When they face things, a lot of people that's not black, especially white people, they end up committing suicide. And the stuff that we go through, they can never fathom coming home and, you know, living off potato chips or living off rummy noodles, or the gas not being on, lights not being on, not having a father there, babysitting yourself, your sister or brother who 1 or 2 years old, babysitting you, trying to juggle school. They can never understand our struggle, because if they came up through as soon as they face our struggle, they end up killing themselves, or they end up, I don't want to live no more, and going crazy and stuff. So he can never understand what you've been through. He can never understand that, you know, you didn't start off at, you know, ground level 0. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. You didn't grow up, you wasn't a rose that was meant to grow in the garden. You was a rose that grew from the cracks in the concrete. They can never understand where we come from. They can never understand a single mother struggling to do everything she can, but really can't teach you how to be a man. They can never understand the generation from generation to generation street life and being behind the 8 ball. But they know they put us behind the 8 ball. They know that a lot of us that rise from the bottom, like we wasn't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? And he made a lot of poor choices, but at the end of the day, when you ain't got food on your table, at the end of the day, when you ain't got clothes on your back, at the end of the day, when you and your brothers using hand-me-down clothes going to the Salvation Army, you're going to do what you got to do to survive. When you in the jungle and you going to kill a lion, you going to kill a tiger, you going to kill something to survive, to put food in your stomach and put clothes on your back. So at the end of the day, that judge don't care about what you've been through. He can never fathom it. They don't want to fathom it. They came up with a silver spoon in their mouth, so it's tough. You know what I'm saying? He probably not going to give you that leniency that you want. But at the end of the day, I hope he get the leniency. Hopefully he do his time. Hopefully he become better. But then again, they let that square Tekashi 6ix9ine in their circle. And ultimately, that end up hurting them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they can never understand, you know, a lot of times, a lot of us that grew up in inner cities, the struggles that we went through. And it's hard to go on the right path. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't got nothing to eat. And it's easy to say that when you know, you had parents take you to school and stuff of that nature, and you have food on your table. So I definitely understand where he was coming from, man. I'll link that article in the description. But hopefully you learn from this, man. Hopefully he come out stronger, better, and hopefully get his life together. And that's everybody, man. And hopefully Tekashi 6ix9ine burn in hell. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video if you want to read the full letter. That article links in the description. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Check them out. Website, promo code, description. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. All the links, description. You want to make a donation, links there. Best way to donate, share the videos. Check out our music entertainment playlist for more videos like this. One time for the one time we go.